They might be sitting in your pocket change right now, modest-looking nickels worth thousands of dollars to the right collector. I'm not talking about the buffalo or liberty head that most collectors chase. Today we're examining two modern rarities that flew under the radar, the 1998 and 2001 Jefferson nickels with extraordinary minting errors that transformed ordinary 5-cent pieces into numismatic treasures. Let's start with the 1998 Jefferson nickel. Imagine the Philadelphia Mint, running at full capacity, when something unusual happened during production. A small batch of nickels received what collectors now call a double die obverse. This isn't your typical minor doubling that requires magnification to spot. On these coins, you can clearly see doubling on Jefferson's profile, particularly around his eye, ear, and the word "Liberty" along the rim. The error occurred during the hubbing process, when the master die transfers the design to working dies. If there's slight movement or misalignment between impressions, you get doubling. What makes the 1998 double die so special is the prominence of this effect. Most double dies show subtle doubling that only trained eyes can spot, but the 1998 example displays obvious doubling visible to the naked eye. How rare are we talking? Estimates suggest fewer than 50,000 exist, a tiny fraction of the hundreds of millions of nickels minted that year. Most entered circulation before anyone noticed the error, meaning many were damaged through everyday use or lost entirely. In terms of value, condition is everything. A circulated 1998 double die might fetch $50 to $75, but specimens in mint state command serious attention. MS-65 examples regularly sell for $800 to $1,000, while pristine MS-67 specimens have reached $3,500 at auction. One particularly exceptional example graded MS-68 by PCGS sold for an astonishing $8,750 in 2020. What fascinates me about this coin is how it represents a dying breed. Modern minting technology has significantly reduced the likelihood of double die errors. Computer-assisted design and improved quality control mean we simply don't see dramatic errors like this anymore. The 1998 double die represents one of the last significant double die errors in U.S. coinage. Here's something most collectors don't realize: the doubling isn't uniform across all specimens. Some show stronger doubling on certain elements than others, creating a fascinating subset of varieties even within this error. Serious collectors often specialize in acquiring examples showing different doubling characteristics. If you're examining pocket change hoping to spot one, focus on Jefferson's eye and the word "Liberty." Use a magnifying glass, and look for clear separation between the doubled elements, not just mushy or worn details. And remember, every 1998 nickel from Philadelphia has no mint mark, but not every plain 1998 nickel is a double die. Now let's shift to our second rare nickel, the 2001 P. Jefferson nickel with what's known as a split planchet error. This remarkable minting mistake occurred in the metal planchet, the blank disc that becomes a coin, split horizontally before striking. The result? A nickel with only part of its intended thickness and a distinctively incomplete appearance. Unlike the double die error which affects the design, this is a physical deformity in the coin itself. The 2001 split planchet nickels typically measure about half the normal thickness, giving them an unusually light feel in hand. The strike often appears weaker than normal, with some details looking flattened or less defined, especially toward the edge. What makes this error particularly intriguing is that it happened at the Philadelphia Mint during a relatively routine production year. The split most likely occurred because of contaminants or air bubbles in the metal during the planchet preparation process. When these compromised blanks entered the striking chamber, the pressure caused them to separate horizontally. From a value perspective, these split planchet nickels are truly exceptional finds. Even in circulated condition, they typically bring $400 to $600 from serious error collectors. Uncirculated examples can fetch $1,200 to $2,000, with the finest known specimens approaching $5,000 at specialized auctions. In 2019, a particularly dramatic example with a nearly complete separation sold privately for a reported $7,300. The rarity of these coins can't be overstated. Experts estimate fewer than 1,000 examples exist across all grades. Most were caught by quality control, but a small number escaped into circulation. What's remarkable is that despite their unusual appearance, many continued to circulate for years before being identified by knowledgeable collectors. Here's an insider tip: these split planchet errors feel noticeably lighter than a regular nickel. If you're hunting for one, close your eyes and feel the weight of each 2001 P nickel in your hand. A genuine split planchet will weigh roughly 2.5 grams instead of the standard 5 grams. This weight difference is your first clue you might have something special. The story behind their discovery adds another layer of intrigue. The first documented 2001 split planchet nickel wasn't found until 2003, when a bank teller in Ohio noticed an unusual-looking nickel in a roll. After sending it to a professional grading service, word spread among collectors, triggering a nationwide search that continues to this day. So there you have it, two extraordinary modern nickels that prove you don't need to hunt down coins from the 1800s to find exceptional numismatic treasures. The 1998 double die and 2001 split planchet Jefferson nickels remind us that remarkable finds can still emerge from everyday pocket change. Keep those eyes sharp and those coin folders ready. You never know when you might stumble upon a modern rarity worth thousands more than face value. Until next time, happy hunting.